Welcome back to Jackson Square. Today we're looking at 6.3c. Again, we're going to be combining integers with concrete models. We're going to be using counters. So let's have some refreshers and reminders. How do we represent a negative number and how do we represent a positive? Well, remember we represent a positive number with a yellow and a negative with a red. We have to remember that a zero pair is a combination of a red and a yellow. They will make zero. And anytime we say a negative sign, we also want to remember that it's the opposite of, okay? So the opposite of a number. So these are the three things that we're going to use today to help us be successful with combining these integers. It's going to be a little bit different than last time, so make sure that you're ready to simplify, verify, and clarify. So here we have 4 combined with the opposite of 2. So let's jump right in and circle our numbers. I'm going to circle the 4 and anything in front of it, and I'm going to circle this 2 and the sign in front of it. Okay? So I'm going to close that just so you know I'm not circling the equal sign. This is where we would go in and we want to clarify what we have just circled. So what did I just circle? I see that here this is a positive 4, and here I see that I've circled the opposite of 2. Well, what's the opposite of 2? The opposite of 2 is negative 2. So this is a negative 2. So what am I going to bring out to the mat? I'm going to bring out 4 positives and then I'm going to bring out 2 negatives. Okay? 4 positives and 2 negatives. The next step is how many ZPs do we have? How many zero pairs do you see? I see 2. So once you identify them, you want to remove them. So I'm going to get rid of this one and get rid of that one. What do we have left? So the combination of a positive 4 and the opposite of 2 gives us a positive 2. Okay? Verify, simplify, clarify what we have. Circle the number and any signs in front. So let's remember we're going to circle our number and the sign in front. Once we're done with that, we're going to simplify, verify, and clarify. So clearly on the left, I see that I've circled negative 8 or the opposite of 8. Here, this is going to be our opposite of. Sorry. So how do I read this? The opposite of negative 4, which is the opposite of a negative 4? A positive 4. So that's what we circled. We circled the opposite of negative 4, which is a positive 4. So now we're combining and we're ready to bring to the mat a negative 8. And a positive 4. Okay? Then the next question is, how many ZPs, how many zero pairs do you see? Well, I know that I can, let's move these around, see 4 zero pairs. Do we see 4? I see 4 zero pairs. So I'm going to put a 4 there. So then you can remove those zero pairs. Boom, bang, boom, bang. What's left? That's all that's left. Negative 4 is our answer, or the opposite of 4 is our answer. Take a second. Take that all in. We were combining negative 8 and the opposite of negative 4, or we were combining the opposite of 8 and the opposite of 4. So again, we're going to circle the number and everything in front. So I'm going to circle here the 8 and what's in front. Here I'm going to circle the 5 and what's in front. Let me see. Make that a little bit smaller. There you go. Okay. Everything in front. So next step is clarify, verify, and simplify. What did I just circle? I circled the opposite of 8, which is -8, and I circled the opposite of 5, which is -5. So I circled a -8 and a -5. That's pretty easy. So we're going to bring them over. That's 8, and then 5. Then the next question is, how many ZPs? How many ZPs? I don't see any yellows. You need a red and a yellow to make a ZP, so there are 0. So there's nothing to remove. So you just add up what you have. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So it is a -13 as our answer. That was pretty easy, right? All right, last one, we have the opposite of 9. And here we have the opposite of a -2, or the opposite of 2. We are going to get ready to simplify, classify, verify, all the fives. So what am I having? What do I have on the left? Clearly we have the -9, and then we have the opposite of -2, which is +2. Okay, so I'm combining -9 and a +2. So let's bring those out to the mat. Okay, those are my -9s, and then I need to bring over +2. So now that we have everything on the mat, the next question is, how many 0 pairs do we have? I see 2 yellows, so I'm going to say I have 2 0 pairs. Then you can get rid of those. Boom, boom, they're out of there. What's left? I have a -7, or the opposite of 7, left. So that's our answer. I hope that this was helpful to you today. Now, let's practice.